I'm Cheryl with Bluegrass Dreams to Seams, and welcome back for another episode. So on this episode, I'm trying to give you a little snippet of what it's like for me to lay out a couple of different fabric prints and come together with what I like to call art shirts. Usually there's always some kind of print that becomes like the focal point, and the others are built around it. Being a teacher, I guess that theme sort of thing just kind of sticks in your head, and I can't seem to get that mode out of my head. But anyway, the beginning of the video was all about watching this process as I made this garment. Now, I did want to teach myself some new things, and also I'm trying to get better at flat felled seams again. I've done French seams, I've done flat felled before. When I came back into sewing, I thought, get back into that. I really like those seam finishes over some of the others. I know it's quicker to just serge it, but sometimes I just like to spend a little more time on the garment and practice. The raven print that you see here, which there's close-up pictures of that, actually ended up becoming the focal point print for this shirt. Now, the pattern I used is a Nancy Zieman. I don't know if you can still get it or not. It's 7751. I have used this pattern a couple of times. It has this center back button seam. This was during that time period when that was really a hot look and everybody was wanting to copy it. First shirt was more or less looked like this one. Not that fabric, but something similar. It was a stripe, and I really enjoyed making it, and I did do the button back placket down the back. This time I chose to just take that out, so my pattern piece, when you're seeing me lay the fabric out, I show you that I have laid that on the center back seam line to not have the button plackets. That's what you're seeing there. That was really the only thing I changed about the pattern, was that. Pretty much I knew this pattern pretty much fits me. I cut it by usually a size smaller here and a little bigger toward the bottom. But this one's kind of full, so I noticed that I had cut it all by the same size. I don't usually make too many adjustments, although I probably need to learn how to make better adjustments up here in the chest. As far as treatment, things that I did, I knew I wanted to use this vintage lace insertion. It's a French lace. I have a couple pieces in black, not a whole lot. This was the only one that I had that seemed like it worked well for where I wanted to apply the lace. So this lace is used on the collar as well as the cuff. Now, I probably spent a total of 2 hours hand sewing this lace in place. It was first pinned, then put in place. I actually had it kind of clipped to the garment piece before I did the mitered corner part, which I did do that on the machine, but very, very carefully. And then trimmed it, hand sewing. That's about the only thing I think I hand sewed in place. Anytime I can bring a little vintage flair to a garment, I'm going to. And since this is a raven print, and I'm kind of calling it my Edgar Allan Poe shirt for the poem The Raven, I wanted a little vintage on there. So this rosy sort of print and the black lace on it just seemed to make the shirt to me. Now I'm going to take this off, put on a different shirt so that you can see a little bit more about the seam finishes on the inside. Talk about that just briefly, and then I'll put in some snapshots of me wearing the shirt where you can get a better feel for what it looks like. The buttons that I used on this shirt are the recent ones from my mother's stash. That's the little button that I used. It was just perfect. It picked up on the purples, so I like that. As far as the seam finishes, I took my seams, when I took the sleeve, I sewed them together and then I tucked them on each other inside, so you can see that it's all been tucked neatly inside there. Other seams, again, are just the flat felt seams like that. I didn't do very well on my cuffs. I'm not happy with that. I mean, the effect looks good from a distance, but believe me, it's not. It's too bulky, and I need to take that off and change it. Now, will I ever do it? Probably not. Not until I have to. When I wash it for the first time and see how much that pink's going to ravel in the machine because it's not caught well, that's when I'll take it off. But I probably won't do it till after I see how that's done. I just know me so well, you know. My fabric came from a little shop in Paducah called Muppin's Sewing Emporium. Now, she used to be located in Chicago, and she relocated here because we have that great big quilt show every spring. And I have really enjoyed going down there to look at what she has. Now, I am not a quilter, but there are some really cute things, and a lot of people do love to quilt, and she does have a lot of the small art wall quilt type things that you can do, machine embroidery type example. There's all kinds of samples everywhere. It's just fun to look at everything. I picked up this little pattern today, the Essential Coat. The only reason I picked this up was because I've got a bunch of pre-quilted fabrics in my closet, and I think, you know, I have probably enough to make the shorter version. I might have something I could use for this longer version. Well, actually, I know I do. It's laying around here somewhere, dying to be cut and made. So that might happen with that now. My advent calendar. Now, I've never done sewing tools because I have so many. But something about this I couldn't resist, so I bought it. I'm going to open this up. 24 days. It's 24 days. Yep, there it is. I'm going to take out day one. This is really kind of neat. And see what we have. On day one is a spool of metallic-y thread. Wow. So I'll enjoy trying to figure out where to use that at, and tomorrow I'll open up a different one. Well, I hope you enjoyed this episode of Cheryl's Bluegrass Dreams to Seams, and I look forward to making another video for you hopefully next week. And as we get closer to Christmas, my videos might become a little sparse or a little shorter or be little snippets, but there'll be something out there, and then in January hopefully I can take full on, hit it hard, and actually I've got a few ideas of things I want to do. So I look forward to making other things with you and hopefully learning from you, as well as hopefully you learn something from me. And we will see you next time. Have a good week.